She actually had a baby so she could inherit a trust fund.
Well, her sister wanted her to be settled before she set her up for life. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but...
And that's Parker, right?
Oh, he's such a doll. Dotes on Jack, who's got to be the world's most patient man.
Now, you said that Carly actually slept with someone the night before she and Jack got married.
Mike Kasnoff. Her sister's old flame, and it wasn't the first time. She and Mike just can't seem to keep their hands off each other. Although Jack was always a favorite, I must admit there was something special between those two. But when you want it all, a marriage, a career, children, something's got to give. And in Carly's case, it was always the people around her. But why she's taking a temper out on you when you nursed her husband back to health?
No, I don't blame her. Like I said, Jack and I, look, when it really looked like Jack was gonna have to start over from scratch, pick the pieces of his life back up, he and I got married.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. But I'd love to have been a fly on the wall when Carly got that news. Oh, now I suppose I'm adding fuel to the fire.
No, I would have found this stuff out anyway. You know, the thing that I don't really understand, though, is why he doesn't remember her yet if they were really that close.
Don't want to give him up, do you? Well, you got quite a fight on your hands.
He's worth it. And I have to tell you, after everything you've just said, I'm starting to think I just might win.
Everything's okay, J.J. I'll be home soon, okay?
Is he okay?
You went over there? You confronted Julia?
You were late. I was worried.
I couldn't help it. I had a situation at that diner.
I didn't know that until just now.
Yeah, but you automatically assumed it was Julia? That she'd done something?
Based on everything else she's done, yeah.
Did you yell at her in front of J.J.?
We had a long conversation. Some of it might have gotten a little
Did you
loud.
yell at her in front of J.J.?
I didn't know he was there, and stop shouting at me. I was afraid.
Of what? Julia?
She took you away from us.
No, this took me away. It wasn't her fault.
That's not true. She's a nurse, Jack. She knows what amnesia is. She knew you had a family. She made this so much worse.
She saved my life.
Then she crossed a line. She went too far.
You stay away from my wife.
No, I can't
I'm
do that.
telling you, you stay away from my wife and kid.
Busted.
Hey, Mom.
JJ, this doesn't look like a book.
What was the deal?
You get to ride up alone in the elevator if you...
Read the boring book about pioneers.
Honey, it's a fascinating look at frontier life. I read that on the cover.
I tried, but I couldn't read some of the words. Dad can help me when he gets home.
I have an idea. Why don't you go get the book and I'll help you?
I want to wait for Dad.
Well, JJ, he may be a while. He hasn't seen his other family in a long time.
But he'll be here soon.
He might not.
He said he'll be here soon.
He said?
Okay, I'll go get the book, Mom.
No. Wait a minute. Come here, you. What do you mean he said? Did Jack call?
I told him.
JJ, honey, you've got to let him spend time with the other family.
But the blonde lady wasn't with him. She was here, yelling at you.
Did you tell Jack that?
He was mad, I could tell.
JJ, you shouldn't have called him. You should have asked me first.
You would have said no. That lady's mean, Mom, and Jack doesn't remember her, so he doesn't know how mean she is. But now he does.
Stay away from your wife. Julia is not your wife.
In my heart, she is. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt you.
Stop.
I am trying to accept that I have a family, a life I don't remember. I'm trying to come to terms with that, but it's not automatic, you know?
You'll get there, Jack.
Yeah, but I need your help. I need you to accept that I have a wife and son that I love. That won't go away. I gotta go check on J.J.
Okay. When will you be back? Jack? Before your phone rang, we were making plans for you to stay here with me and the kids. Full time until you remember.
Yeah, nothing was settled.
I know, but you thought it was a good idea. I could tell. Please. Please don't let this change your mind. Please. I know that today was a complete disaster, but it's just one day. Please, Jack, don't you want to remember who you really are?
I want to remember.
Then come home. Stay here.
I mean, I can't just abandon Julia and J.J. in a strange town. I can't. You know, what happens to them when I'm here all the time, sitting around trying to remember? I mean, what if it takes weeks and I still don't? There's got to be another way.
Maybe there is. You want to get your memory back. You want it to happen quickly. We all do. Maybe there's a way that can happen.
How?
Why don't we go and see some doctors? Memorial has specialists, Jack. They could run some tests.
Girlie, I had tests. I was at a hospital right after the accident.
Yeah, in St. Genevieve, Missouri. Do they have specialists there? Do they have the most modern equipment?
They took care of me.
What did the doctors tell you?
I don't remember. A lot of it was a blur. I was on medication for pain. There was a lot of medical jargon. Julie would know. She was there the whole time.
I bet she was.
And what's that supposed to mean? She was my nurse.
Who had a special interest in you?
Oh, so what? She didn't want me to get well? She kept me alive. She kept me sane.
She kept you. That's the point, Jack. She wanted you, and she found a way to keep you.
I don't want to argue again. Can we please just drop this?
No. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I won't.
Hey, listen to me, okay? The blonde woman, her name is Carly. And she's very, very upset right now because Jack was supposed to come and see her and something happened. So it took him a really long time. And she waited and waited and waited. And she thought maybe he wasn't coming and she thought that I told him not to.
But you didn't.
I know. I'm just trying to get you to understand. The only reason Carly's upset is because she thought something might have happened to Jack. She was worried.
Jack's there now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's been there all day. Isn't that enough?
I don't know.
She's trying to take Jack away.
Oh, hi, Miss Grimaldi.
Hi. Honey, I told you it's Lisa. You left this in the dining room?
Oh, thank you so much.
Is this handsome boy your son?
Yes.
JJ, this is Miss Grimaldi. This is her hotel.
For real?
For real?
Do you want to come in, please? Hello?
How's JJ?
He's, fine. Listen, I'm sorry that he called you. I didn't know.
That's okay.
So, how's it going?
All right.
Did seeing your house bring anything back?
No, not really. Listen, I told JJ I'd be home soon. Now I'm not so sure.
Oh.
Carly and I are deciding on how we want to proceed. And I'm not really sure how long that's going to take. I just don't want him to think I'm not coming home, you know?
No, that's okay. That's fine. I'll explain. Just take your time.
Thanks.
I love you.
Me too.
Well, you have got one resourceful young man here. I have never seen anyone make one of my rooms look so homey.
He's had a lot of practice. Listen to me, okay? See this book? Read to there. And if you do, we'll read Captain Underpants at bedtime instead.
Yes!
Well, I guess nobody reads the Velveteen Rabbit anymore.
With 7-year-old boys, not without protest.
He was telling me all about the wedding.
It's a beautiful day.
Oh, honey.
No, don't. You know what? You've given me more hope than anybody has in a really long time.
I'm not sure if I should have told you those things.
Why? What you said about Carly, it was all true? You didn't make anything up, did you?
No, it was all true. But does it matter? Because in the end, for whatever reason, Jack and Carly always ended up together.
Well, I don't understand how you can have sex with somebody else the day before your wedding, and that's okay.
Well, Mike and Carly were as complicated in their time as Jack and Carly were.
This Mike guy, is he still around?
Mm-hmm. He lives in a cottage on Lucy Walsh's estate.
What's he look like?
Oh, he's a handsome devil. Dark hair, big brown puppy dog eyes, strong jaw and muscles everywhere, like they all seem to have these days.
Lisa, I need to ask you a favor.
So, what do you think about seeing more doctors?
Maybe. I just don't see what good it'll do.
We won't know unless we try.
Okay, maybe I could just ask Julia what the doctor said before.
What does that matter? That was before. Even if you had proper care,
I had
Jack,
the best care.
even if everyone in St. Genevieve did their very best, something might have changed. When was the last time you saw an actual doctor?
Months ago.
Months ago? Jack, who knows what might have changed or what might have healed or not healed?
Yeah, and I've been fine, Carly.
You have an entire life you can't remember. That is not fine. Now, the memorial has those specialists. Let them run all of their tests and see what they can come up with.
Hey, maybe it's worth thinking about.
Thinking about? Jack, you want to get your memory back? You want it to happen quickly, but you don't want to stay here with me and the kids and let it come.
I wish you would just stop.
Stop.
Stop pressuring.
Stop treating me like the enemy. I'm sorry that I am so intense. I don't want to scare you, but you are scaring me. You look at me like you just want me to go away. Like it's some bother that I'm interrupting you playing house with this woman and the boy when I am trying to understand what it is for you to look at me and see a stranger. I am trying to understand what it is that you feel for this woman. I will leave her alone. And I will try not to say anything that upsets you or makes you feel uncomfortable. But you have to understand something. No matter how hard I try, it may not always be pretty because I do remember what you lost, what we lost. I am fighting for both of us, Jack, and I will not stop.
Your Mike? Carly's Mike.
I'm Mike Kasnoff. Hello, Julia.
How'd you know?
I recognize you from the police sketches, the wanted posters.
It's strange being a hunted woman.
We were desperate to find Jack.
Were you?
Is there something you wanted?
I'm sorry, it's very strange for me, too. I guess I should have called.
I'd be asking you the same question on the phone. What do you want?
I want to understand. I want to make this okay for everyone.
You want to come in?
Thanks.
I'm not sure if I can help you. All right, you say you want everything to be okay, but how? I mean, before the situation was heartbreaking. Now it's a mess and no one can even begin to straighten out.
You know Jack still hasn't remembered anything.
Yeah, Carly told me.
So you weren't there today when he went and saw his house?
No, we didn't want to overwhelm him.
You know, this isn't the first time I'm seeing you, Mike. I saw you before once at the water park.
That's right.
And then I saw you again. I came looking for Carly, and I found the two of you.
The two of us.
Mm-hmm. You were at the pond with the little boy.
Parker?
You and Carly. You looked close.
Whoa, lady, you are so far off the mark.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Well, you come here spying on Jack's family? You think you see something?
I know what I saw.
No, you don't. And I don't like where you're going here. This is not your business.
None of you may like it, but Jack is my business. I'm in love with him, and we're married.
No, you're not.
You know, Mike, you said before that you didn't want Jack to see you because you didn't want to overwhelm him. You want to tell me what it is that you think would be so overwhelming for him about seeing you?
Did you come here to interrogate me?
No, I came here because I know about you and Carly.
What is it you think you know?
I know history, Mike. First, there was a child that Carly lost, and then years later, the night before Jack and Carly's wedding.
Did you hire a private detective?
No, I didn't have to. It's common knowledge around here that Carly's youngest child could very well have been yours.
Oh, you've been one busy girl.
Well, I didn't go looking for the information, Mike, and I'm not here to drag up the past if that's truly what it is.
It's past.
You and Carly been spending a lot of time together again. You know, be very natural for the two of you.
If the two of us what?
You obviously have strong feelings for each other, feelings that could grow under the right circumstances.
So what's the situation here? Carly and I get back together, and you do us the enormous favor of taking Jack off our hands. Is that what you're looking for?
I don't know. I guess was a bad idea.
Yeah. You know what it probably was? It was a lousy idea, but now that you're here, you're gonna get some answers. Okay? You wanna know what Carly and I did while Jack was gone?
Yeah.
She grieved. She had a baby who wouldn't stop crying for her daddy, and a little boy who wouldn't believe his dad was gone. Every day, Parker went to the bridge where the accident happened, thinking that somehow Jack's gonna show up there. I took Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Yeah, when I mean every day, I mean every day. Carly putting one foot in front of the other, trying to keep her life from melting away. We were all grieving. Okay, so we didn't have the time or the inclination for a hot romance.
Well, I wasn't accusing anyone.
All right, let's call it making assumptions, and that'd be a bad idea. Because Jack and Carly, whatever troubles they may have had before, it was over. They were in love, and it was forever. And when Jack comes out of the dark, that's what he's going to remember.
I know you're not the enemy, Carly. And you're right, I don't know what I lost. But I want to remember, I do. Are you okay?
I'm not trying to tell you what to feel, Jack.
And I'll try not to get freaked out every time you get emotional. Was I good about that before? Because something tells me it might have come up.
Once or twice. From you, too. But we made it through. Even more in love than before.
I better go. I'll come and see you and the kids tomorrow.
We'll be waiting.
As far as seeing the doctors and deciding how much time I spend where, I'll think about it. But I want you to know that no one else will. It'll be my decision and my decision alone. I promise.
Good.
I'll call before I come over, okay? In the meantime,
I know where you'll be.
I wouldn't wish that kind of pain on anyone. And I didn't do that.
But you didn't stop it either when you could have. Do not make this worse than it has to be.
Well, I don't think it could be, but let's just assume for a minute that what you said is right. The last couple of years, Carly and Jack's marriage was perfect, and there was nothing between you and Carly anymore.
That's right.
That was a couple of years, Mike. A couple of years after a lot of years of pain and lies. That's also true.
No, you don't know a thing about it.
It's gonna be hard to swim if you're holding on to my hand the whole time. Bless you.
Let's go now. It's an indoor pool, so it's still warm. And guess what I saw down the hallway?
What?
A fish tank. And there's a channel on TV that tells you all about what we can do here. There's an old mill and there's a ballpark.
Really?
We can go tomorrow.
I'm not sure about that, buddy.
Do you have to go to that family again?
Yeah. Come here. Look. This is just something I gotta do, okay?
Like homework?
I think it's a little better than that.
Was that lady mean to you, too?
No. No, and she's sorry for yelling at your mom, she said.
Yeah?
Yeah, we straightened it all out. She's never gonna bother you or your mom ever again.
Excuse me.
Hey! What are you doing here?
I have to go. My son is waiting for me.
You came here to try to dig up dirt on me, didn't you?
I just want to understand.
Oh, I bet you do. I know what you're trying to do, and it won't work.